How many games will the Kansas City Chiefs win in 2024? What's going on, Red Kingdom and the Chiefs fans? It's your boy Man Jones back at it with another NFL record prediction, and I will be doing my record prediction for the Kansas City Chiefs for the 2024 NFL season, giving my thoughts, my game analysis, see which games I think the Chiefs will win and which games I think the Chiefs will lose. Now the question is, will they go on a three-peat? Which that's the question, which I don't know. We'll have to find out. So before I give you my recommendation for Kansas City Chiefs for 2023 NFL 2024 NFL season, don't forget to put a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe to my channel for more options, and comment down your opinion below to see who how far you think the Chiefs will go. Do you think they'll make the Super Bowl again? Do you think they'll make the playoffs and win the division, or do you think they're gonna take a little bit of a step back this year? Let me know in the comments section below what you guys think. All right, Week 1, Thursday night, they kick things off against the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, this is a game that can go either way. Obviously, this game right here is going to be a fun game to watch. Now, most people could be picking the Ravens to win because I think the Ravens, might want revenge from in that championship game where they offensively, they did struggle to move the ball, and they kind of did rely on their other man coverage. But here's the thing. The Ravens got a new defense coordinator. Their offensive line, they lost pieces there. They lost a few pieces on defense. The secondary is still the same. The receiving core is a bit suspect. I like the Derrick Henry addition, but I don't know if the Chiefs are going to be able to run the ball. I mean, the Ravens are going to be able to run the ball in the Chiefs defense because their pass rush is very good. Like, Derrick Henry has totally been shut down against the Chiefs multiple times and throughout his career, and he went off against the Chiefs. I feel like this is a game I think the Ravens can win, but I'm gonna say the Chiefs are going to win this game. This game because I just don't see them losing the first game like they did last season because they lost to the Lions because Travis Kelce was gone. Their offense kind of blew the game. I think the Chiefs win this game because they're at home. I think they're the better team overall, and I just think they got more weapons on offense, which I think they can win their one-on-one matchups against the Ravens. Their offensive line is really strong, and I don't think the Ravens kind of have much of a pass rush to get after Mahomes. So I think the Chiefs can run the ball on them. I think Mahomes will have time, and I think the defense can do a good job, slowing down Mahomes. Spags will have a good game plan against Lamar, and I think they'll slow down Lamar and Derrick Henry and all that. So yeah. So I think their pass defense is gonna play zone coverage where I think they can play get people in the box and all that, the play the run, the pass. So yeah. I think it will be close like last time. I think it's gonna be a low scoring game, but I think the Chiefs find a way to win that game at home. Then week 2, they gotta play at home versus the Bengals. This will be a fun game to watch. This game right here can go either way because both these teams are the best teams in the AFC. Now, the Chiefs are at home in this game, which I understand. Now, they did beat the Bengals last year with Joe Burrow, being hurt. But I feel like the game can go either way because, both these two teams got a really good defense. They both got a great offensive line. They both got good receivers. This game could be the best game of the week. I could see the Chiefs winning because I think if long as their defense can contain Joe Burrow and stop their running game, and stop the pass game, I think the Chiefs can find a way to win that game. But I feel like with Snead, they really played man coverage against the Bengals. But I kind of feel like without L'Jarius Snead, I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to play as much man coverage as the Bengals receivers. So I feel like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins is going to be a problem for that Chiefs secondary. So I'm going to lean towards Cincy to win this game because I think Cincy is a superior team. And I just think the Bengals defense could definitely win them this game. I think their defense can totally at least get a stop. They can and I feel like Big Lou has done a good job against the Chiefs offense, defending Patrick Mahomes, forcing him to throw the ball in the middle of the field and all that. Especially, I think they can get pressure on Mahomes. And I think their secondary is pretty much underrated, where I think they can man up against the Chiefs pass catchers. So yeah. So yeah, especially they got a good offensive line. I think they can give Joe Burrow enough time where they can protect and put the Chiefs defense in a bad position. So yeah, I think the Bengals pretty much own the Chiefs, both especially in Arrowhead, like you call it Burrowhead. I think the Bengals are going to win that game on the road. Week 3 against the Atlanta Falcons. This is a tricky game. It could go either way. I could see Atlanta winning this game because they got Kirk Cousins in there, and Kirk Cousins is kind of a challenge. They got some weapons on offense that can that can really give your defense problems, like Darnell Mooney, Drake London, Kyle Pitts, like those guys. Especially they got a good running game, Bijan Robinson. So their offense gives you issues, and they have a strong offensive line, but the defense is a little sketchy. But I know the game's in Atlanta in a dome, but I'm gonna roll with Kansas City here because I think Kansas City is just an overall better team. They got the better quarterback, better coaching staff, and I just feel like Atlanta's gonna be doing some learning curves because they got a new quarterback and a new coach and Raheem Morris. I don't know how's that gonna work with Atlanta. I don't. I think Atlanta could surprise some people, but I don't know if they're gonna be really good because their defense is totally not great. I think the Chiefs, they can move the ball on them and have success on offense, and I think they can throw on them too. But I have a feeling that the Chiefs defense can do enough to slow down the running game of the Falcons because I think they have a better defense than Atlanta. I think they can stop their running game, even though they can't play as much man. I don't know if they're gonna be able to play as much man coverage, but I think they can stop the pass okay and make life difficult on Kirk Cousins. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a shootout. It could be close, but I think the Chiefs find a way to pull it out. Week 4, they gotta play against the Chargers. Now this first game's in LA. Now, both these two teams, the Chargers seem to play the Chiefs pretty well in the close games, like throughout the years. I kind of remember the Chargers, beating the Chiefs in Arrowhead. I kind of remember that. But at the same time, I think the Chargers, don't really have the offensive weapons to at least beat the Chiefs. But Justin Herbert is kind of a challenge here. So yeah, but they do have a great defense too that can really give the Chiefs offense some issues. Like they got good corners to slow down the Chiefs offense. They have a pass rush to get after, Mahomes and all that. And they pretty got a strong offensive line. But I'm gonna say the Chargers are gonna win the first game, despite Justin Herbert not having a lot of weapons on offense. I think he could definitely take advantage of a young secondary. So yeah, especially I think the O line can do a good job controlling the Chiefs pass rush. And I think their defense can totally win the game as well. So yeah, and especially the games in LA where it's kind of a tricky place to play at. So yeah, I think the Chargers are going to win that game. Then week 5 against the Saints on a Monday, I think they'll beat the Saints because the Chiefs are a better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home, and on top of that, they kind of have a better defense. And Spags, have really done a good job. Confusing Derek Carr. Like I feel like he can do that. So yeah, especially the Saints, I feel like the Chiefs defense can stop their running game. They can stop their passing game too. And the Saints defensive line is pretty good, but it's getting older. So maybe the Chiefs can have success moving the ball, which the offensive line can block the Saints. And the Saints O line is totally not great. So I think the Chiefs D line can take advantage of that and get pressure on Derek Carr and all that. So yeah, I think the Chiefs win that game at home. Then they get the bye week 6. Then after the bye week, they gotta play against the Niners. Now, most people, this game is gonna be a fun game to watch. This is from a Super Bowl rematch. It can go either way, but it. Now this game right here can go either way. Now most people could be picking the Chiefs to win because Andy Reid is good off his bye, but I think the Chiefs might have extra time to prepare and rest. Now, this game right here is in San Francisco, which is kind of a weird place to play at. Now, I kind of feel the Chiefs have pretty much owned the Niners for the last couple of years. Now, I think this a game I think the Chiefs can win because they have the weapons on offense to move the ball against the Niners defense, and their offensive line can at least like block the Niners. I think they can do that, and I think Spags can definitely give the Niners offense some issues. But I don't think the Chiefs will play man coverage against the Niners like they used to do in the Super Bowl. So even though the Chiefs are coming off a bye, I'm gonna go with San Francisco to win this game because I just think San Francisco is just the superior team. I just think their defense will come to play. I think they'll do a good job, like getting pressure on Mahomes, stopping their running game. And I think they have a better secondary too, which they can man up against the Chiefs receiving core, which I think they can do that. And I think Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel and George Kittle are going to be a problem without L'Jarius Sneed. So, yeah, that's why I think the Niners are going to win this game here. And I think Brandon Stanley, he was a coach of the Los Angeles Chargers, and I feel like he did figure out how to defend Mahomes. And I think he can do that. I feel like he can have a good game plan against Mahomes in that game. So, yeah, I like the Niners here in this game. Week 8 against the Las Vegas Raiders. This game right here is very interesting, though. Now, I know last year the Raiders had beat them once. They beat them in Kansas City last time because I think Antonio Pierce is going to get his guys fired up for when he plays the Chiefs because literally, though, last year, like, he did a really good job, defending Mahomes and all that. Like, the Raiders defense did a good job confusing Mahomes. But the game is in Las Vegas. I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to drop this one because the game's in Vegas and the Raiders, they're good at home and they have the home field advantage in this game. I think their defense can come to play in this game. Like, I think their pass rush, led by Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins, I think those guys is going to be a problem for the Chiefs O-line. And I think they can give Mahomes some issues and all that. And they got some weapons that can really, like, cause your defense problems like Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers. Even I don't really know who's playing quarterback for the Raiders. It's going to be Aiden O'Connell or it's going to be Gardner Minshew. So, yeah. I think the Raiders will beat them once this year at home. Then week 9, they got to play against the Chiefs. Against the Buccaneers. This is a Super Bowl rematch from 2021. So, obviously, I think the Chiefs will beat the Bucs coming off 2 straight losses on a Monday. The Chiefs are just a better team overall, better quarterback, better coaching. They're at home in this game anyway. And Spags, I think he's gonna give the Bucs a good game plan on offense. Like I feel like he can like pressure Baker Mayfield, make him uncomfortable in the pocket. And I think he's gonna find a way to play zone coverage. Like I think their defense, can like stack the box, and I think they can like give the Bucs receivers issues. Like I think their secondary is pretty good, on which I think they can slow them down. And on top of that, I don't think the Bucs really have much of a pass rush to get after Mahomes. So I think the Chiefs can definitely have success running the ball on them. Now I think Todd Bowles, he did it, had a good game plan a while ago in the Super Bowl where he found a way to like shut down the whole Chiefs' entire offense. I can see he do it again, but I don't think so because Chiefs are just overall better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're at home in this game, so that's pretty much why. But it will be closer than we expected. Week 10 against the Broncos. Obviously, they should easily beat the Broncos. Broncos are probably going to be one of the worst teams in the league coming into this season. Um, Broncos, I don't know who the quarterback's going to be. If it's going to be Zach Wilson or Bo Nix. If it's a rookie, I wouldn't trust him, especially against that good of a defense in Kansas City. Kansas City got more weapons on offense. They have a better defense, better quarterback, better coaching staff. They're just a better team overall. That's pretty much why. Then week 11 against the Buffalo Bills. This is a game. This is a rematch from the playoffs. Now this game can definitely go either way. I can see the Chiefs win this game because the Chiefs, I can see them win this game because I think the Chiefs got more weapons on offense and they kind of have a better defense where I think they can confuse Josh Allen And, they have, the weapons on offense to move the ball against the Bills defense, because sometimes the Bills defense could be a little suspect. But I'm going to go with the Bills here because the game's in Buffalo, where it's a tricky place to play at. It's the Bills Mafia. And, the Bills have really played the Chiefs pretty well in the regular season for 2 straight seasons. But I think the Bills at home is pretty tough to play at. And I think the Bills defense is going to come to play here. I think they'll find a way to at least, give Mahomes some issues. Like, they can pressure Mahomes, get after Mahomes. They got some good corners that can match up against the Chiefs receivers. So, yeah, even though Josh Allen doesn't have a lot of good weapons on offense, I feel like he can definitely take advantage of a young secondary like the Chiefs, which I think he can do that. So, yeah, I like the Bills. Even though I think the Chiefs are a better team, I think the Bills are going to win this game in Buffalo. Then week 12 against the Carolina Panthers, they should easily beat the Panthers. I mean, Panthers, they stink. I mean, they did make improvements to the receiving core. The offensive line is improved. The defense is just a little up and down, but yeah, I think the Chiefs can move the ball on them all offensively. And I think, the Chiefs defense is just going to give Bryce Young a lot of problems. Like, I just don't think, I just don't think Bryce Young is going to be able to get it done against his defense. So, yeah, especially the Chiefs are a better team overall, better quarterback, better coaching staff. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. Then week 12 against the Raiders is on a Friday. I think they'll split with the Raiders, so I'm going to give them a win here in Kansas City. Now, I think Kansas City is going to want their revenge from last year where they lost at home against the Raiders on Christmas. Like, I don't see it again. Like, the Chiefs defense can do a good job, defending the Raiders offense and all that. And, the Raiders don't have a great secondary, but I think, Xavier Ward, the Rashee Rice, and Travis Kelce and Marquise Brown is going to be too much for the Raiders secondary to handle, especially the Chiefs are just the overall better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. And they're at home in this game. So, yeah, I think the Chiefs found a way to win that game. Then week 14 against the Chargers, I think they'll split with the Chargers. I don't think the Raiders are going to be very good, but I think they're very promising, though. So, yeah. Then week 14 against the Chargers, I think they'll split with the Chargers, so that's a win there at home. Chiefs are just overall better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff, and they're at home in this game. And the Chargers are probably not going to have much to play for because I don't think the Chargers are going to be a very good team this year, while the Chiefs are trying to fight for that top seed in the playoffs because they have more to play for. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. On week 15 against the Browns, obviously this is a game I kind of went back and forth on this, but I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Week 16 versus the Texans. Obviously, this is a tricky game. Now, I believe in my Texans video, I picked the Texans, but I don't know. It's on a Saturday game, but I'm just going to come back to that too. Week 17 against the Steelers on a short week, which they have to play Christmas Day on a Wednesday. Obviously, this can go either way. I could see the Steelers winning this game at home because I think their defense can do enough to slow down Mahomes and the Chiefs' offense. But I just don't think Russell Wilson is going to be able to get it done here. Especially the Steelers' offense is a little suspect. The defense, gets up and down. I just don't think the Steelers are going to be able to get it done in this game. So I just think the Chiefs are going to win this game because they're a better team, better quarterback, better coaching staff. I think their defense can find a way to rattle Russell Wilson in this game. So I think they can do that. So, yeah, and I think their offensive line can block the Steelers as well. So I think the Chiefs will win that game, even though the game's in Pittsburgh. Then last game against the Broncos. Obviously, last year, I could definitely see the Broncos beating the Chiefs once this year. Now, I remember last year they beat the Chiefs once where Mahomes was really sick in the game, where he didn't really play well in Denver. But if the Chiefs attend the rest of their starters, I'm probably going to go with the Broncos here. But I'm going to say the Chiefs don't play their starter. I'm going to say they play their stars, and I'm going to say they just sweep the Broncos because Broncos are just, like I said, they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league coming into the 2024 season. They're going to much to play for because they're not going to make the playoffs. Chiefs going to have more to play for in this game, and that's pretty much why. Right now, I have the Chiefs at 10-5-2. So basically, I think they're going to at least win one of these games and lose one of these games. I don't see them winning both of them, which I can see it happening. I don't see them losing both of them. So I'm gonna say they beat the Browns in Cleveland and lose to the Texans. The reason why I think the Chiefs are going to beat the Browns is because I just think the Chiefs, they're just a better team overall, better quarterback, better coaching staff. And I understand the Browns defense is really good at home, which I understand that is really good at home. But I can see the Browns defense giving the Chiefs offense tons of issues. But I just feel like the Browns, like I think the Chiefs are gonna have a good game plan on both sides of the ball. If if they can at least have a good game plan on offense, and then if they like find a way to control the game and keep Watson off the field, I think the Chiefs have a good chance to win this game. And I just don't really see, and I don't really think Deshaun Watson is going to be good enough to get it done. Especially he sucks against tough defenses like the Chiefs. So I just don't think the Browns gonna be able to run the ball really good on them. But their O line can block the Chiefs, which I get it, but I just don't think they're gonna play well enough. And especially the Chiefs defense is gonna give Watson a lot of issues. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a little bit of a defensive game, but I think the Chiefs defense is gonna win the game. Then then they gotta play the Texans on the Saturday, and I got them losing to the Texans because I just, even though it's an Arrowhead, I just don't see how the Chiefs are going to be able to cover the Texans receivers because I feel like Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins, Tank Dell are a challenge. I mean, those guys are good outside of the numbers. Dalton Schultz is too. I just don't really see how they're going to play man coverage against the Texans pass catchers. Like, I just think the Texans offense is just going to be way too tough to stop. And I just think CJ Stroud is going to have a big game. Like, I think the Texans are going to be able to, I think they'll throw on the Chiefs and all that. And, their offensive line is pretty strong, which I think they can block the Chiefs. And they pretty much have a talented defensive line led by D'Amico Audrey, Will Anderson, Daniel Hunter. I think this Texans defensive line is going to give the Chiefs offense tons of issue. I think they'll get after Mahomes. They have a really good talented secondary that can man up against the Chiefs pass catcher. So yeah, I think it will be a fun game to watch. I think it will be a shootout, but I think the Texans come through with the win here. So obviously, I have the Chiefs at 11-6, um, which that's pretty good. 4-2 in the division, 7-5 in the conference, 6-2 at home, 5-4 away. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, when you look at the Chiefs' schedule, it's pretty tough because they got to play the best division in the AFC North. They have to play the best division in football, which is the AFC North, which is the Ravens, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Steelers. Um, they play the Niners. Um, they play the Bills, the Texans. Like, this is kind of an easier schedule, but I feel like it's kind of harder than last year. Which I can definitely see the Chiefs, win like one or two more games. Like, I can see them beating the Bengals. I can see them beating the Bills or the Texans, or I can even see them losing, or I can see them beating the Niners too. But I can definitely see them losing to the Falcons or like the Browns or the Steelers or even the Broncos once. Like, I can see that happening. But I think the Chiefs are in a good position. I think 11-6 is good enough for them. I have a feeling they're probably going to take a little bit of a step back because they lost some pieces. They lost L'Jarius Sneed. Um, their offensive line is still strong. Their defense is still the same. I feel like their secondary is okay, but it's pretty young, but it's proven. Um, the offensive line, I mean, their receiving core did improve by drafting Xavier Wardy in the first round. I feel like he was a good pickup. I mean, that guy can win Rookie of the Year. So I feel like he's going to be really good. And I don't know what's going on with Rashee Rice. I feel like Rashee Rice is probably going to be suspended from some games. Travis Kelce's still there, but he's getting older. Um, Hollywood Brown was a good pickup, which that was nice for them. Um, which I think they did revamp their receiving core because I remember last year they let the league in drops, which I don't think is going to happen again. I think they did revamp their receiving core to get better at not dropping passes, and their coaching staff is still the same too. So yeah, I think 11-6 is good enough for the Chiefs to like win the division and make the wild card. But the question is, will they go on the three-peat? Like, I don't know. We're gonna have to find out. I mean, if they can get over the hump, I think because as long as the Chiefs, if they can at least like win every playoff game, I think they'll get over the hump. So that's how I see it as the Chiefs, 11-6. Like, I think the Chiefs can probably go somewhere from like 11 to 13 wins, but maybe 10 at worst, and maybe 14-3 at best. That's how I see it for the Chiefs. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Just let me know what you guys think about the Chiefs, if they should go on a three-peat, or you think three-peat or not. Or you think if you agree with my record prediction for it. So, well, that's my prediction for the Chiefs for a 2024 NFL season. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later in the next NFL prediction video. Peace.